Welcome to Living Simple and Well, the audio diary for the woman who's doing her best to live a meaningful life, one boundary, one deep breath, one messy day at a time. Hosted by a girl just getting by. This podcast is your safe space for raw conversations, real life lessons, and tiny shifts that make a big impact. From navigating complicated relationships and motherhood meltdowns to curating a soft, slow morning routine and showing up for your dreams. We're talking about it all, vulnerably, honestly, without the pressure to have it all figured out. Here, it's not about hustle culture or perfection. It's about coming home to yourself, simplifying the noise, and choosing to live well on your own terms. So pour your coffee, take a walk, or hide in your closet for some peace and quiet. You're safe here. Hey love, welcome back to Living Simple and Well. I am so glad you're here. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Allison. This space is all about honest, heart-led conversations for women who are navigating setting boundaries, finding their own version of peace, and rediscovering joy in their lives. Today, we're going to talk about comparison, the sneaky, silent voice that can make you question your pace, your purpose, and your worth. I am freezing. I might say this from here on out for the remainder of these chilly weather episodes, so sorry in advance for that, but your girl is always cold. I do need to shout out the brand Comfort for a sec though, because this is one of their slightly weighted hoodies that I actually bought years ago and completely forgot about, / it was like a bit snug, yay for a non-scale victory, and it is literally so cozy. We have holidays coming up so soon with Thanksgiving next week here. I honestly can't believe that this is our 15th episode. When I had the vision for this podcast, I wanted a place that I could connect deeper with all of you, and it has been truly therapeutic for me and such a positive creative outlet. So I want to thank all of you for being here with me. It is the season of gratitude, so your girl is in her feels, okay? I have named this episode, it is You versus You, babe, because that is the freaking truth. It is never you against her. It is never you against the highlight reel. It's only ever you against your old patterns, your old doubts, and your old version of yourself. So let's talk about it. Where comparison shows up, what it's actually trying to teach you, and how to gently move through it so you can live more fully aligned with you. You know those moments when you're scrolling and you see someone who seems to have the exact life that you've been working towards? Her business is thriving, her house looks perfect, her morning routine looks calm and effortless. And even though you know social media is just a glimpse into someone's life, it still kind of hits you. That sting in your chest, the why not me moment. For me, this used to happen a lot, honestly, especially when I was building a business and trying to figure out what balance even meant as a mom and entrepreneur. I'd see other women doing so much, and I would spiral, feeling like I wasn't doing enough, achieving enough, or showing up in the right way. When I closed my business a few short months ago, some of these feelings of failure compared to even resurrected a bit. But over time, and honestly through a lot of reflection and inner work, I realized that every time comparison showed up, it was pointing me back to something in myself. Something that needed compassion or attention or even healing. Sometimes it wasn't about the other person at all. It was about a part of me that didn't feel enough, or a dream that I'd been afraid to chase, or even a value I'd abandoned trying to fit in. This game, as I began to refer to it, comparing myself to others, is a big factor in what led me to being more aligned in how I spend my days. Now listen, comparison isn't always bad. It's informative even. It's a mirror. It shows you where your desires live, where you've been disconnected, or where you're still defining your worth based on something outside of you. The truth is, comparison thrives when you're disconnected from yourself. When you haven't paused long enough to ask, what do I actually want? What season am I in? What does success look like for me right now? Because when you're clear on your vision, your own metrics of peace, success, and joy, it becomes so much harder to get lost in someone else's. So instead of judging yourself for comparing, try to meet that feeling with curiosity instead. I want you to ask yourself, what is this showing me? What part of me is being reflected here? Why are these feelings coming up? So let's talk about what happens when comparison goes unchecked. It can pull you from a space of gratitude. It disconnects you from your present life, from your child's laughter, your cozy morning coffee, your quiet wins. You start creating from a place of lack instead of alignment. You start building a life that looks good instead of one that actually feels good. And the saddest part, comparison actually convinces you that you're behind, when really you're just on a different timeline. Like, what if you're right on time? What if nothing's gone wrong? And what if you're exactly where you're supposed to be, learning, unlearning, and blooming at your very own pace? When I think of how I overcame comparison, and don't get me wrong, I am still sucked into this on a semi-regular basis, but I think I found some good shifts to get myself out of it, which we'll talk about today. I don't think about fighting it. I think about coming home, coming back to my values, coming back to your rituals, your rhythm. For me, that looks like slow mornings with tea, journaling before my day starts, moving my body in a more intuitive way, staying rooted in these routines that remind me who I am outside of what I do. It also matters who you surround yourself with. Surrounding yourself with people who inspire you without making you feel small, and removing people or even unfollowing accounts online that maybe trigger more noise than nourishment. You deserve to be in spaces that remind you of your enoughness. And every time you start to drift, I want you to come back to the mantra, it's you versus you. You're not competing, you're evolving. You're allowed to hold gratitude for where you are and excitement for where you're going. So let's make this tangible, shall we? Because we love practical takeaways here. I want you to curate your inputs. Protect your peace by filtering what you consume. Choose content that uplifts you, not depletes you. I want you to celebrate micro wins. Track your own growth, even the small, quiet victories that nobody else sees. I want you to check your energy on a regular basis. When you feel that comparison bubble up, I want you to ask yourself, what do I need right now? Is it rest, maybe? Inspiration? Reconnection? Write your current season's definition of success. It doesn't have to match anyone else's. I want you to return to your rituals. Your daily rhythms are your anchor. They keep you grounded when your mind starts to drift towards someone else's lane. If you haven't created any yet, I think episodes 5 and 6 are some of my favorites for starting this from scratch if you haven't listened yet. I want you to lean into these shifts and give them a chance to truly shift your perspective in how you consume and how it makes you feel, friend. As you move through this week, I want you to hold on to this reminder, please. No one else is in your path. No one else has your purpose. The more you focus inward, the more peace, clarity, and alignment you're going to find. You versus you. That's the only competition that matters. The goal isn't to be better than her. It's to be truer to you. As always, friend, if this episode resonated with you, please share it with someone who might need that same reminder today. And come hang out with me on Instagram at Living Simple and Well. I'd love to hear what your biggest takeaway was. I also created a free guide for you that I am so excited to share with you to help you build your ideal day. It truly does help you navigate choosing rituals and rhythms and designing your day from a place of intention. And I really think you're going to love it. You can download it at the link in the show notes, friend. Until next time, stay gentle, stay grounded, and keep living simple and well. Bye for now.